UFC 285, Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane, Jon Anik here, Saturday night in Vegas. You'll be on the call. And as I watch that, one real quick thought off the top. Jon Jones is singular in this sport. Is that a fair way to describe him?
That is absolutely fair. And it's always great when SVP calls, you know it's a big one. But yes, if they hung championship banners in MMA the way they do in these other sports, there would be 14 championship banners hanging at Jackson Wink MMA Academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. No man nor woman in UFC history has won more title fights than Jon Jones. So in terms of quantifying greatness, that's certainly how I lead the conversation.
And Jon, through the years, I've been very transparent, and you've been very tolerant of me, my appetite increasing for this, learning more as time goes on, right? A casual observer that understands more than I once did. I know Jones is brilliant, but I also know that he's had issues, he's had absences, and how does the sport reconcile the undisputed brilliance with the inarguable pile of issues he's had?
Well, I think it's a fair question, and certainly he has gotten every benefit of every doubt from the promotion, and I certainly think that without their support over the years, maybe he wouldn't still be competing, but you know, he's never had that wisdom that belied his years, and now he's actually a 35-year-old man, and I don't know exactly when you, Scott, came into your own, but for me, it really wasn't until my mid-30s that I felt convicted in my own skin. Now, maybe I'm reading too much into his thoughts this week that he sounds like a guy that has finally mentally arrived, but I think there are a lot of people who realize success in life. They do so with a work hard, play hard mentality. And I think he's acutely aware of who he is as a human being. And he knows that, you know, he's not necessarily the greatest human being in the world and seems pretty okay with that at 35 years old.
Well, you asked the question. There's a line, too soon old, too late smart. That certainly would apply to me. So I don't judge others. I just wonder how a sport reconciles that. And then you have Ciryl Gane. Is he worthy of this moment? Is he to be in this ring with a heavyweight title belt on the line if he were to emerge the victor from the octagon, worthy to be in that ring Saturday night?
It's a good question, and I think he's worthy. I mean, certainly there are a lot of people that put him on a pedestal in terms of his movement, his footwork, his striking as a heavyweight. And he did challenge Francis Ngannou for the undisputed title back in 2022. He's certainly worthy. But the big narrative here in Las Vegas is that Ciryl Gane has sort of suggested that he is not the prototypical fighter training 24/7, 365. And Jon Jones has really latched onto that. He sort of suggests that Ciryl is suggesting to the masses that he's not here for a long time. And Jon Jones has said, however stoically, I'm not going to lose to a guy that's not here for a long time. So Jon Jones is really taking the bait, I think using that as a lot of motivation. But Cyryl's deserving, despite some of the naysayers that are out there suggesting otherwise.
I would close with this question, and I always, the caveat is none of the experts in any sport have a crystal ball. If you did, you'd get to the window and you'd retire. But if there's an advantage physically or tactically that's likely to determine this bout, what is it?
Well, I think it's Jon Jones's physicality, right? We haven't even seen him with his shirt off as a heavyweight, right? So I'm looking forward to the weigh-in to see actually how Jon Jones is carrying the weight and what number is Jon Jones going to come in at. But I do see a decided wrestling and grappling advantage for Jon Jones. We haven't seen him move around as a heavyweight, but if there was any glaring area of weakness for Ciryl Gane, it's certainly the ground game. And if you lean into his comments, he isn't necessarily doing the requisite wrestling maintenance stuff to get to that next level. So I see a big physical advantage on the floor for Jon Jones. But as you know, Scotty, every round begins on the feet, so we'll see.
Jon Anik, you're brilliant, man. It's been way too long, but it's always great to reconnect and cross paths. Be well until we do it again, all right?
Much love, brother. Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.